Yesterday, I asked if you thought Redditors would be turning their sights on silver after they grew tired of GameStop. And the answer was yes. We're going to be taking a look at that quite a bit here in today's video. Welcome back, guys, to the Independent Experience. I'm IndyXP Bullion, and this is the Morning Market Wake-Up Call for Friday, January 29th, 2021. We have had some good movements in precious metals overnight. Let's go ahead and take a look and see where we're starting today off at. Gold is up nicely, currently at 1874.79. Silver is at 27.53, up $1 from overnight trading, and up $1.55 from yesterday's video. So we're in good shape there. That gives us a ratio of 68.10. Platinum back over the $1,100 mark, currently at $1,111.59, and palladium is up slightly, currently at $23.72.27. Rhodium also up $750 at $18,750. In base metals, copper is steady, currently at $3.55. Nickel is down at an $8.01. Aluminum also down at 89 cents. Zinc is at $1.16, and lead is at 91 cents. Barrels of crude oil are steady. They're down ever so slightly from yesterday's video, though, currently at 52.51. We did see gains on Wall Street yesterday after the dismal day we had on Wednesday. The Dow was up 300 points at 30,603.36. The NASDAQ was up 66 points at 13,337.16. There we go. And the S&P 500 was up 36 points at 3787.38. The US dollar index is down slightly, currently at 90.44. If you guys trade in Bitcoin, looks like the Redditors have been treating you kindly the last, about 4 hours. About 3:30 in the morning Eastern Standard Time this morning, something happened over there on the Bitcoin market, and I think some Redditors made some big purchases because it jumped from about 32,000 up to 38,000 over the course of about 50 minutes. So it is down slightly, but it is working its way back up. Bitcoin's currently at 37,354.21, and if you happen to exchange a gold back this morning, whether that be the Utah or the Nevadan, those are going for $3.24, and I do expect that price to go up once their market opens. Like I said, beginning of this video, yesterday's video, we talked about whether or not, what was a possibility of the merry band of thieves over at Reddit and Wall Street Bets coming over and taking over the silver market. Well, we talked about a thread that was over there at Wall Street Bets on the Reddit page there that was talking about silver being at $25 and going to $1,000, or potentially going to $1,000 if the correct squeeze was put on it. And it had 2,500 upvotes, which didn't put it anywhere near the top of the threads there on Wall Street Bets. But I don't know what the current situation is with that thread, but I believe it is gaining momentum because we have seen some great jumps in silver here in the last 24 hours. We're going to review an article today. This is a little bit of a lengthy one, but I think this is going to answer a lot of questions for us already in the precious metals and stacking communities. This article comes to us from Kitco and Anna Golubova. It is titled, "Army of Day Traders Piling into Silver as Prices Rally, Analysts Point to $40 and Higher." Silver saw some breakout trading action on Thursday with prices up 5% on the day amid a sudden rise in investor interest. March silver futures saw substantial gains in the morning market trading sessions, last at 26.66, up 5.01% on the day. The fundamentals behind silver have been solid for some time. The precious metal is even identified as an asset to outperform others in 2021 after lagging the market for many years. So has the time finally come. Analysts point to new money coming into the silver space. They cited increased interest from an army of day traders likely coming in from platforms like Reddit. One doesn't have to look very far to find new investor interest in silver. For example, Reddit's Wall Street Bets, or WSB, has a subreddit titled "The Biggest Short Squeeze in the World is Silver, $25 to $1,000." There's an uptick on Reddit's WSB when it comes to silver. It is a short covering rally type of play to try to front run it and push it higher. Silver needs to buy futures to balance the rising interest as well, pushing prices higher, said RJO Futures senior commodities broker Daniel Pavlonis. WSB subreddit was credited for leading the squeeze on GameStop this week, and now analysts are not surprised to see something similar happen to silver, but with a critical difference. Silver has good fundamentals and is very supportive of a macro environment. Quote, "We see the same thing happen in the silver market. Reddit reports are now referencing silver ETFs and silver mining companies," LaSalle Futures Group senior market strategist Charlie Nadas told Kitco News. In the past, there have been talks of big shortings happening in silver. This silver trend becomes even more visible if you look at some of the silver stocks Thursday morning. With First Majestic Silver up 40% in pre-market trading and is now up 30.66%, said Nadas. A sudden surge in its stock even forced First Majestic Silver to issue a statement at the request of IIROC, the Investment Industrial Regulatory Organization of Canada. First Majestic Silver Corp wishes to confirm that it is not aware of any material undisclosed information related to the company that would account for the recent increase in the market price and level of trading volume of its ordinary shares, the company said on Thursday. This is not at all surprising, granted that the impact the day traders have had on the equities market this year, Nadas reminded. Whether the Reddit traders are grouping together or not, the higher interest in silver could trigger a powerful move in prices, said Pavlonis. Silver has a lot of potential. All it takes is to have a good story that attracts people who are not typically watching the metals to bring it to the forefront, he told Kitco News. And silver's outlook for 2021 is very promising, which is why the all-time highs of $50 are in play, Pavlonis pointed out. If we break out of the $29 level, there's open air space all the way back up to $50. We could start wrapping up close to there. A move to $40 is a probability and could potentially happen pretty quickly. From a technical perspective, silver has spent the past few weeks testing its 50-day moving average of $25.20, Nadas pointed out, adding that the metal can easily hit $30 if the 28.10 level is breached. We are getting very close. On the upside, I am watching from where we sold off earlier at $27.33. If we take that out, we can test $28.10, and a close above that brings up to $30, he noted. Silver's primary drivers this year are inflation, stimulus, economic recovery, and supply shortages. More and more people are realizing that inflation could pose a serious risk this year as governments continue to print more money, says Pavlonis. Ultimately, people are looking a bit further out of COVID cases, a bit further out as COVID cases are dropping. States will open up as vaccines are on their way, along with more stimulus. People are putting that puzzle together and seeing that there will be more inflation, he said. With more money being printed and high inflation, we could see a lot higher silver prices. The big thing going for silver this year is its role in the inflation hedge, Pavlonis stated. If we see a period of inflation as we did in 1970 through 1980, silver will do very well just like then. Even with Fed raising rates to the highest levels back then, silver still went to $50. On top of that, there are still supply issues as the economy begins to recover and the electric vehicle story becomes more prominent in the U.S. Silver will be looked at as a green metal that also is relatively cheap, Pavlonis added. So there we have it. We are going to be testing critical levels probably even later today, if not going into Monday's trading. So keep an eye out on all of that. Should be very interesting. There's some very compelling arguments there that we could be seeing $30 silver very, very soon, maybe even by the end of trading today. If not, maybe sometime early next week is my guess. Again, I am not a financial advisor. I think this has to be said. I'm not a financial advisor. I am not I'm not educated in finance in any way. My background is interior design. I just happen to be very passionate about precious metals and the markets. So I think it's very interesting that there are a lot of people out there. Now, I've been doing this now for 2 years, so I have a lot more knowledge gained than people that might be coming into the markets right now. But it's going to be a wild couple weeks, I think, for silver at least. And there's going to be several other stocks out there. GameStop, that has been just one big yo-yo, up and down, up and down. And, they turned the guys over at Wall Street Bets have turned their sights over to AMC Entertainment, movie theaters. Now, I did get on that roller coaster early-ish on. I did buy in yesterday afternoon once the stock had dropped down below $9 a share. And those are, let's see, we can pull it up here. What's AMC at right now? AMC is at $12.55. So we're up a couple bucks there. Now, I didn't buy a lot. I bought 10 shares. That's fun money, really. So I'm going to ride that roller coaster for a little while. But obviously, we're already all on. Everybody that watches my videos are pretty much stackers, I feel like. We're already invested heavily into silver. So the next hurdle for us that own physical silver, once this price shoots up, is going to be, where do we sell it? Who are we selling it to? These guys that are doing this through Reddit, they're doing it electronically. It's ETFs, it's mining stocks. It's not going to be physical silver. Now, we are going to be the ones holding the big bag of silver that we need to try to get rid of, if that's your choice. Now, I think this is a very interesting case that you may or may not want to sell during. I've always said, and I've said this, very, very, very early on. The guys that have been on my channel now for, since near the beginning know my sell point is $36. If the price of silver ever gets $36, that's when I sell everything. And then we move on to something else. We may be testing $36 before we know it. Now, don't worry, I'm still going to be doing these videos. I'm still going to be coming to you every morning, so don't worry about that. But, maybe I make an exception in this case that I don't sell because of a weird thing happening in the market. So be interested to hear what you guys have to say on this. I think there's a lot to talk about. There's a lot to unravel. I think this is just the beginning. Silver, just in the time of making this video, it's steady. It's not moved any, so we're okay there. But there has definitely been a breakout in silver so far. So where are you guys going to sell? If you're going to sell, if, here in the next 7 to 14 days, we see silver potentially double in price, do you sell? If you're like me, then, you bought in to silver, the majority of my stack, I bought in at $15, $16 an ounce. So even right now, I'm coming out way ahead. But, at what point do you end up selling? I'd be interested to hear what you guys have to say on the topic. Let me know down in the comments below. All right, guys, I do greatly appreciate every single one of you. And if you haven't appreciated old NDXP Bullion, do me a favor, hit that thumbs up button. Helps me out immensely in defeating YouTube, just the way that Redditors defeat GameStop shorts. If you happen to be new to my channel, and I know there's a lot of guys, my video yesterday got over 300 views, and I greatly appreciate you guys checking that out. But if you would do me a favor, hit that subscribe and jingle bell right there in the corner, bing bong, so you can stay notified of when these new content videos come out. Of course, we're going to pop up this right here, the screen that takes you to the gateway of videos, whatever you want to call it. It's going to be here on the side of the screen. It's like 435 videos now. You want to get educated if you're new and you want to go through this back catalog and check those out. You can start watching at your heart's content at the end of this one. Guys, I have been Indie XP Bullion from the Independent Experience, and I'm here again to remind you, if women don't find you handsome, they should at least find your pockets heavy.